What's going on, guys? Blake Hawthorn, it's His Turf, and tonight I've got a simple way for you to be able to get your customers' information, document the work you're doing, all while on the fly in the field working. Welcome, guys, to Sunday Night Lawn Care Tips and Tricks. Tonight we're going to be looking at a simple way that you can get customers' information while you're out working. This means new clients coming up to you, how you can get their information, document the work that needs to be done, and either one, collect money, or two, bill them after the fact. So the big thing for us is that new customers will come up to our crews while they're working, ask for work to be performed, and either one, we don't collect, or two, we don't gather the information from the customer to be able to send them a proper bill after the work's been performed. So if you've been following along with our Sunday Night Tips and Tricks, and you saw our videos we posted, then you probably requested our documents. So if you got that email with our documents, you have what is called our additional services and our non-contracted service forms. These are the two sheets we're gonna be looking at tonight. Don't worry if you haven't received those forms yet, just leave a comment down below letting me know that you wanna get those, and then we'll let you know how it is that you can go about receiving them. Be sure and check the description as well, where you're gonna see all of the other videos that are linked to these forms that we have sent out. So last week we were looking at how to price hedge trimming. Something that we've found is that while we are out doing services for customers, that new customers that are not on our regular routes will want to have work performed. These sheets will allow for us to be able to get this customer's information, write down a description of the job that we're doing, and then be able to collect on it. So what it is just basic information. It's gonna have the customer service information, a date, start time, end time, a description of the job, and if any materials were being used. And so what I like to do is if this customer comes up to my guys, I tell them to just give that customer that form, ask them to take a few minutes, fill out their information, let us know what it is that they're wanting to have done, and then we'll come over there and give them a price. Typically what I want to do is to have my guys go ahead and take care of that project right then and there. That's why we have the start time and end time, so we can document how many man hours it is for the service that we're providing. It also is a simple math because my guys know how much we are charging per man hour, and so if you go down to the very bottom, it's just gonna have a simple breakdown of how they can come up with a grand total of what this project costs. So once you get down to the bottom and you're seeing how to calculate what this price is, you're gonna be giving the customer, it just has material costs. Say you're gonna put some bushes in, or you put some mulch in, something like that. Maybe the customer had all that provided. You just put NA, not available, that there was no materials used. If you get down below that, that's gonna have your labor costs. So what my guys would do is take the start time and end time, figure out how long that they were at the property, how many man hours, and then multiply that out. Just below labor rate is gonna be your tax. Now, the only things that we are charging taxes on, remember, is going to be commercial lawn care or if it's a landscape service. When figuring in what the tax rate is, you need to know what the county's sales tax is and then whether or not you're in the city limits. If you are, then you'll take those two plus your state sales tax. That will come out to what the tax rate is that you need to charge. And then what my guys will do is they'll take the material cost, the labor cost, and the tax, and they'll add that all together, coming up to the total payment due, and this will be the price that they will present to the customer. At the very bottom of the sheet, you're gonna see a place for the customer to be able to sign and date, and also for the contractor, whether it's myself or one of my foremen, to just be able to sign that and to date it. If the customer wants a receipt of these services, we ask that the guys will give them that piece of paper and just take a picture of it and email it back to our office. Guys, if we jump into Generation 2, this is gonna be our additional services provided. This is a sheet that my guys keep on their truck now. What we found with that older form that we just looked at is the penmanship, being able to really read exactly what it is that we were doing. So we took some of the most common services that we offer on a regular basis to these new clients, and we just put it into an easy checkbox form. Within the checkbox area, I also have a few places that you can be able to write down additional things that maybe you did that we didn't have listed out. Just below that, we jump right into where the materials would be if you have any type of materials, and then it just follows the same exact layout that our other sheet did. The main thing with this form, guys, was one, to be able to simplify what the services are that we were providing, make sure that we could read it, but two, it was so that we could know the certain questions to ask, maybe additional services that we could provide for this customer while we were at their property. Say we were there taking care of their flower beds and we can see that there's debris on the roof, we could ask the customer, well, do you want us to blow off your roof and gutters? This is an additional $60 to $75 that we could capitalize on while we're there already providing a service for the customer and doing this service versus having to come back and maybe a week or two or a month when the customer then noticed that they wanted it done and called us. So even though you may be thinking about these additional services, as you start to train a crew and to get them out into the field, they may not be thinking about the same things that you are. So that's the great thing about this. It's just kind of a step-by-step that they can walk through the customer's property and ask them these questions as they go over it. Now that we've kind of gotten over this form, let's talk a little bit more about why you should be implementing this. So this is ideal for you guys that are out there, either sole operator or you're in the field running and operating operating your business, you don't have somebody in your office, or you yourself are not running your office as your sales team. And so this allows you to be able to get customers' information and be able to get some form of paperwork on this customer while you're in the field working. The place that I found that this service form works ideally is in our clipboards for our foremen. So each of my foremen has a clipboard that they carry with them day to day, and inside there they're going to find a couple of these forms. So any customer that comes up to them while they're out working that wants additional services performed either outside of their contract, or if they are a new customer that has no agreement with our company, we can grab that information. All right guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Sunday Night Lawn Care Tips and Tricks. I hope you enjoyed tonight's video. Remember, there are ways of using technology to be able to take care of these services, just typically those things cost money. So this is a way that you can use our forms that are free and be able to use them starting out in your company, or if you're like us, servicing over 385 clients per week, they still work. So guys, thank you so much. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know if you'd like to get access to these forms and many more. And we'll see you here next week. Same time, same place. You and me.